Everybody breathe. Today we're starting a series that will probably continue for the next 2 months. This is going to be a time when we're really looking at some of the precepts that we know, but we forget to use. You know, oftentimes when you come to church, you say, oh, I knew that. Darn it. But we want to start bringing these more to our conscious mind so they can become more a part of our almost instinctive responses to the world around us. It's time for us really to apply what we know. So I wanted to start our series with a story out of the Aquarian. It's familiar to many of you. This is a time when Jesus had been teaching. It's toward the end of his ministry, and so he's teaching a lot, and he's being questioned a lot, and the people in charge are basically giving him a hard time, and his followers, of course, adore him. So he's just gone through a teaching episode, and he goes to the home of Mary and Martha and Lazarus, and he's resting. He's chilling. So it says, when he was there, he was in Bethany, Mary sat at Jesus' feet and heard him speak the words of life, while Martha served. Martha called, but Mary would not leave the Lord to help her serve. And Martha said to Jesus, "Do you care not that Mary makes me bear the burdens of serving all the day?" And it's not just serving him. You have to understand, when he traveled with the disciples and an entourage. And when you go to someone's home, whoever is with you, the female of the home serves. So she's not just trying to get snacks. She's trying to put together a meal for an entourage. You see? So in our logic mind, would we not say, "Come on, Mary"? Because the men don't do that. That's cultural. They just don't do that. That's not their job. So Mary was doing what the man would be doing, listening. So Martha says to Jesus, who is a logical male in this culture, "Excuse me, can you not cut her loose? Can you not see that I need her help?" And Jesus said, "You are too anxious, Martha, for your guests. You need not trouble so about the things of life. You grow aweary by your care for little things and slight the one thing needed most of all. Your sister here has chosen the far better part, a part that none can take away." So, do you think Mary got up and helped? No. Mary stayed where she was, listening to the Master. What we have here is a wonderful example of two aspects. Both of them, Mary and Martha, were in awe of the Master Teacher. They were both in this presence of serving the Master to the best of their ability. Martha was serving in outward activity. Martha is faith, this beautiful faith in what he was saying, but she was doing it in works. Proving, listening, but accomplishing what she needed to accomplish. Do you understand? Whereas Mary was faith in love. She was caught in the love that he was sharing and enraptured with it. When we look at Martha, the Martha moment, think about how many Martha moments you have in your life, where you are called to work and you think you're serving God or your ideal or your purpose with the work that you do. And is that not true? It's not a negative thing to have Martha moments. But let's think about the Mary moments. Mary moments are when you are in the energy and you are just receiving. Taking in the beautiful love of the Master Teacher, taking in the love of the Christ, just receiving. Are those not valid moments? If we have Mary moments when we're receiving, then it allows the Martha moments to be more inspired. If we're just doing the Martha thing over and over and over again, is it not the same thing? Over and over and over again. Because our mental mind won't lift us. But to get into the Mary moments of receiving, we can get inspiration, and then when we get ready, we can walk a more inspired path. Can you see how Martha, faith and works, and Mary, faith and love, coming together can move mountains? But how often do we go into those Mary moments only to have the Martha energy pull us out? How many of you go into meditation and you're trying to center and you feel that love of God and you go, oh, I feel it. Oh gosh, I got to go do this, 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 and this. And then Martha takes over. It's like, oh, I got a drip. I got just a drip of beautiful feeding energy. Now let me go. Blah, 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 blah. Do you see? And it takes a focused consciousness to recognize that receiving with no thought, downloads, just receiving, is as viable as the doing in our world. How would you feel if someone came up to you and they said, what do you do? Oh, I meditate a lot. Now, they're not asking you that, are they? They're asking you, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? What kind of Martha are you? How do you go out in the world? But what if you just said, yeah, I meditate a lot? Do you think they would take their leave? But isn't the Mary energy as valid in creativity as the Martha? How many of us ignore our morning meditation to get the door, to hit the door? I would rather walk out with wet hair and no shoes, which I've been known to do, and no makeup, but not cut up my meditation time down. Pretty dedicated, I think. Are y'all hearing me? All right. Probably one of the most truest realizations of my own energy happened almost 20 years ago. There was a meditation that was occurring worldwide. A man in Australia was really aware of the sea creatures were dying because of Mother Earth and the waters. And he created the Mother Earth Marine Meditation. And this was in the early 90s. And it was designed to be held at a certain time around the world. So in this time zone we did it, then the next time zone did it. And I think it was either 7 or 7:30, so we're doing it at our 7:30, they're doing it at their 7:30, they're doing it there 7:30. So it became a wave of this beautiful meditation that went all around the world. There were people all around the world signed up to do it. It was a wonderful endeavor. And you played the tape of his words. And so at Tuesday night, it happened to be on a Tuesday night, we had our group together, and about 30 of us laying on the floor, getting ready. We put the tape in. And I didn't have to lead this meditation. This was wonderful for me. You know, I'm relaxing. I'm ready to go save the earth. So I'm in this meditation, and we're just listening to the words and going with the energy and feeling the presence. And appeared in front of me a man who I could have touched. He was that dimensional. And there was a man on either side of him. He was so real, I could have touched his face, and he was this close. And my first thought was, oh my God, he loves me. The love that was coming through his eyes was immense. It was overwhelming. It was personal. It was transcendent. It was universal. It was oneness. It was, I had no words. And I looked at him and I went, oh. And right as I'm realizing, that's Jesus Christ. That's Jesus Christ. He doesn't look like the pictures, y'all. And I'm going, oh my God. And then the thought is, I have to go save the earth. I left immediately to get out back on the waters and get back with the man's voice to go save the dolphins. And as I'm flying over to save the dolphins in my mind, I go, what did you just do? And then I said in my mind, oh, he knows I'm doing good. I'm saving the earth. My Mary and my Martha. And my Martha took over fast. And I thought, well, maybe that'll happen again. Okay, 2012. I hope it happens in 2012. It hasn't happened in 20 years. Where the being was there. Where I could touch and feel the sustenance of a being. So, I have been mastering my Martha. I have been mastering my Martha. I am learning to master my Marys. That energy where I am content to know that if I am in the energy of spirit, I am doing as much good for myself and the planet as when I'm opening my eyes and talking. How does that sound? Can you feel it in you? How many Marthas do we have? Do we have any Marys? We have Marys in training. But remember, the ideal is to be the balance of both. But until we can honor that space of the Mary, honor that space of complete surrender and download without kicking out, even when you go into that deep meditation where you hit that space of nirvana, do you not pop back? That's because Martha has called you home. And there are dishes to be done, things to do. We want to learn balance, Mary and Martha. So today we're doing something special. We are ordaining 2 of our ladies in our seminary program to be ministers of healing. The seminary program is the epitome of the Mary and Martha walk. Because you cannot do it unless you're a Martha. Because the homework is immense. And if you are not willing to dig in there and do the work, you won't stay with the program. And if you cannot go within, if you cannot find that time to know your spirit and to heal, you won't stay with the program either. Now, I'm not going to say that our ladies have accomplished everything. They haven't walked on water yet. But they certainly are at the point of surrendering their lives now to be used as ministers of healing. So they have gone through studies in the metaphysics, the Aquarian, the New Testament, the healing classes, Reiki first and second degree, and they are ready now to surrender to actually work within our church as ministers of healing. So if we'll just go ahead and do that then. So my ladies, Robbie Hunt and Keisha Lindsay. How many years has it been? Do we know?
4.
5? 4, 5?
4, yeah.
4? Okay. And both of you have taken the energy of commitment that your life now is going to be an expression of healing in everything that you say and do. So I would ask that the seminary students that are in Aquarian, New Testament, and Life and Teachings please stand. We're going to send a blessing from your fellow students who know the journey that you're walking. We open our hearts and we send you our love. We honor that you are taking this committed step out into the world. We honor that everything that you do will lift the whole. And we send you our love. We send you our peace. And we send you great hope. And now I'd like everyone to stand. Our church family. And just hold up your hands. And just send your love. As these 2 stand forth as ministers of this church, let your personal love and support move to them. Let them feel your light. And God, we ask that the energy of this beautiful church, the angels and the beings of light, just surround these 2. That they are held in your heart and that they know now that this church loves and supports them and accepts them as ministers. And we thank you, God. And so it is. You can be seated. This way. Keisha Lindsay, do you give God your mind so that your thoughts will be guided to the thoughts of that beautiful absolute truth? So that your mind will be attuned to divine mind. So your thoughts will create good in the world. Do you give God? Yes. Keisha, do you give God your heart? So that the love of the divine can flow. So that all that you feel and know and do is a creative energy for greater love in the world.
Yes, I do.
And do you give God your hands? So that your hands are used for the healing energy, to open hearts, to touch others, to help, to uplift, to heal.
Yes.
Father, Mother God, I know the heart that is in Keisha, and I know her complete dedication to the light. I ask that your love enfold her now, that she be lifted up into that space where she's guided by you always, and where she feels your peace and your truth, providing avenues for her to express this beautiful gift to the planet. And we thank you. So it is. Robbie? Robbie, do you give God your mind so that your thoughts are always aligned with the divine? So that with your thoughts you create the good, the peace, and the joy that this world needs?
Yes.
Do you give God your heart? So that everything that flows through your heart creates greater love on the planet? So that all that you are is love. All that you share is love. And do you give God your hands? So that everything that you do creates healing. That you can reach out and touch others, hold hearts, heal hearts, and be that minister of healing on planet Earth.
Yes.
Father, Mother God, we ask that you bless Robbie. I ask that her angels come now, surrounding her and uplifting her as she takes her place on this path of healing. Let her know and be guided to the perfect way for her to share her gift with this world. And let her feel her love and her embrace as a minister of inner quest. And we thank you. So it is. I'd like to have our ministers come up, please. These are our first 3 ministers of healing. These 2 will join them. We have 3 more coming, 5 more coming. This seminary means a great deal to us. This is how our church grows. Without ministers, without taking the light out into the world, we'll continue to be a small space. But these ladies have dedicated their lives, their hearts to the beliefs and the ideals of this church. So we honor them for that.
And so Robbie Hunt, beautiful lady. She has grown and blossomed forth before our eyes, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to have you in our church and in our seminary and all that you give on many levels. Her heart is so big, she gives more than is seen. And so as you blessed her this day, I know that she received it, and she's going to be a blessing to the planet. She's unique in her expression. She's her unique light. We love her. We love you. Keisha. We love Keisha too. She's working on getting more planets on the Earth. She too is unique in her expression and the gift of love that she gives us all. She helps me out a lot. She takes care of my Sunday morning class when I do the service, so she just volunteered, and she's been doing that for several years, and it really lightens the load on me, and it's a blessing to the church also. But once again, Keisha has blossomed before our eyes. She is a beautiful young woman and a beautiful instrument for God. Both of these ladies are going to go forth and truly demonstrate, the teachings of the Christ. Like Cindy said, our church here, InterQuest Church, we're creating a church for the world. That these ladies are going to go out into the world, whatever form that they take, they can be a leader, and they can lead with their heart, and they can lead with that wisdom of God. And that's the way that the true church can be grown. It's not Cindy and I in this little building. This church that we're creating with God is to go out and truly allow that message and love and light of the Christ to experience. So we give you these pieces of paper, but we're really giving you our heart. Cindy and mine, the ministers, our church. We know the work that you've done, and it's a blessing. And I know that you're probably understanding that more and more each day. But we're glad you're here, and we're glad who you are. You're a unique expression of God's love made manifest on planet Earth. So once again, just hold up your hands and just send you. Good luck. Robbie and Keisha, breathe in this love. Be still and know. This love is always with you. Wherever you find yourself, whatever path, breathe now and feel. And when you find yourself on that unique path, just breathe and feel, and remember how loved you are and how supported you are each step of the way. And know that it's good. And so it is.
By authority of the Board of Directors, she is granted the right to administer healing and spiritual guidance as long as the practice and the ethics conform to the gospel of the Christ and the bylaws of InterQuest Unlimited, in accordance with the laws and statutes of the state of Georgia.
You guys have accomplished, and now you are ordained. The ordination will never be withdrawn. It cannot be. It's you and God. So as you go forth, no matter where your lives take you, you will always be ministers of healing of InterQuest Church. So we are with you forever. And now you get new name tags. Thank you for joining us in this moment. It's not often that we have this opportunity to honor and grow. So let's just take a moment now to go within. Just breathe. God, we feel your presence. And I ask that your love just foreshadow this entire group. I ask that everyone just feel that touch of total acceptance for who they are. We feel the blanket just coming over us. And Father, Mother God, as a group, we seek to be that greater love. We seek to have the light that shines. We're joyous every moment, and the light moves. And we seek to grow that inner awareness of our own divinity. And I would invite each one of you, turn your focus to your own heart now. Turn your focus to you, and feel that beautiful love of God beginning to pour through your heart. Feel how precious you are, divine child of God. And let that love just move into you for a moment. Just imagine a beautiful light. Image it in. And just feel it pouring through, feeding your heart, moving into your body. For one moment, let's just be Mary's. Let's just receive for one moment. And now feel your gratitude. And feel the presence of Jesus Christ coming forward. The being who mastered, the being who lived divinity on the earth. Whatever your relationship with him, doesn't matter. You can feel the love. And as you feel his presence, feel your own Christ within seeking to express. Feel that there is a space for your divinity to express on this planet. And feel your desire to do that. Our Father, Mother God, we ask that you guide us now in balance, in faith in our works and in faith in our love, in the time to receive and the time to give. We ask for guidance, and we ask for assistance, and we ask to be lifted to a space where this becomes effortless. Feel the light pouring over you. Feel the lightness in the room. Whatever is yours by divine right now comes. Whatever is your purpose by divine assignment is revealed. And we thank you for this, God. With hearts open, we thank you. Send your love once again into the room. And feel that you are in a sacred space. Not just this room, but this place within your heart. You are in a sacred space. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. How do we feel? All right. Your homework this week. Be aware of receiving and be aware of the doing. And see if you can find a more sacred balance. And there will be another assignment next week.